captain of our basketball team this year. And real proud of Preston. What he accomplished this summer was very stringent punishment that he had to go through. And I told him that if he got through it, but not only get through it, but get through it with great reports, and he did that. A-plus reports from everybody, and real proud of what he's accomplished. And by far, after the first week or so of practice, there's no question he is the leader of this basketball team.
What kind of odds did you give that this summer that he was going to be the captain of this team?
Well, he's on the fence, and on one side of the fence is a young man with great leadership potential and great basketball potential, and the other side of the fence is the wrong way, and he's decided to stay on the right side of the fence.
What can Gorgie give you?
Well, he hasn't played basketball now in a long time, since he's been here, so he's got a lot of ground to make up. The good thing about Gorgie is Gorgie probably is the second smartest basketball player we have in terms of picking up things. Already in 2 days, he's picked up all the offenses, picked up the terminology. He runs the offenses better than the rest of the big guys already.
Who's the smartest?
Preston.
Was Gorgie on any sort of program at all to just keep himself in shape? I mean, was he
just did it on his own. We weren't allowed to work with him, so he did everything on his own.
Is he in pretty? I mean, is he in
He's in
pretty
okay shape.
shape?
Yeah, he's not every day he just lived on the treadmill by himself. You know, he just go upstairs and run. But he's a very disciplined. I mean, he's from another country, so he's very disciplined, and he's someone that understands what it is to be in shape. And so he's not out of shape.
Is shot blocking, is that the main thing you would expect to get from him?
He's a very long person, so shot blocking is it. I mean, besides being legit 6'11", his wingspan is incredible. You always hear about these wingspan, but it's quite noticeable with him. He doesn't have to jump real high to block a shot.
It's like you're really looking forward to coaching him.
Yeah, he's a terrific guy. This is a great group of guys. You know, this is probably the best attitude I've had since I've been at Louisville, top to bottom.
You can tell that this even without having played a game.
Yeah.
Coach, just on injuries, the status of Van Treese, and since Justice has revealed that he has a cracked rib, have you all changed your demands on him?
Well, Van Treese is back. He's played since the scrimmage. Bullitt has not. He has not played. He will play. He'll start practicing tomorrow.
What do you like about the team so far, and what's the biggest area of growth you need in the next couple of weeks?
I just like their attitude. I think they have a great attitude. They're willing to work. I think this team will get better and better and better, not only as they get healthier, but I think there's a lot of growth in each individual. Each individual has a wide range of improvement that they can make. The only negative so far this season has been not the disappointment, I should say, the fact that Jared Swapshire has not gotten any better at all. We're sort of stuck in mud right now.
When you think he's going to be back, then, I mean, so you got a timetable on him and all?
He's not getting any better.
Yeah.
So it's frustrating. I know Fred, our trainer's very frustrated. We're frustrated. It's been going on 8 weeks right now, and hasn't been significant improvement.
Is surgery an option at some point?
No.
Is there anything official?
Well, basically what happens is the muscle tears away from the bone, and it's never going to grow back. I think I'm explaining it correctly. It's just that he has, anytime he walks, because you can't be put in a cast with this, you can't be total bed rest. Anytime he walks, the pain is there on the bone.
It looked like it was on his face. I mean, he didn't really look well the other day. You know, he was walking, like you say, it must be painful for him.
It's very uncomfortable. It would be like a groin injury. You feel it every time you take a stride.
Is that what Taekwon had?
He had something similar to that, but it's not. Taekwon had a sports hernia. This is not a hernia, but the pain is similar to that.
What's the short-term prognosis? Just rest, or what are they?
There is no prognosis on this because it's every doctor we checked with, it's almost like a hockey injury. He got it running with his dad and brother on a track working out this summer, running running on the track. And that's probably what it broke away from the bone. But that being said, it's a hockey injury mostly, adductor injury, when they stretch out and they take a slap shot. And everybody we've checked with said, oh, that's just the worst injury to have.
It's not a groin, I thought it was. What is it?
It is a growing.
Why don't you get Fred in here just to give a correct assessment? I'm probably screwing the whole thing up.
I assume that it is a wait and see thing. I mean, is there a chance that,
My guess is he's not coming back anytime soon.
That's the kind of injury where if he's not 100% healthy, he could easily re-aggravate it or something.
Well, you can't play unless you're 100% healthy. Basically, it's not going to grow back, and he'll give him the medical. But we've tried everything now. Nothing seems to be working.
What are your goals for the next game, the exhibition, in terms of...
Say it again, I'm sorry.
Your goal for the exhibition for this team?
It's obviously you want to win, but in this case, where we're going to play probably Cal Curick at backup power forward, because Preston and Kyle have separated themselves from the rest of the team in terms of the way they're playing right now. So we're going to try to keep Kyle on the court at all times. Maybe we try to play him 35 minutes a game.
this lineup pretty accurate when it came in, so.
Yeah, that's accurate.
What can you learn about this team through playing somebody else other than your own team in scrimmages?
This game may be a little different. This team shoots a lot of threes. Remember, we struggled at Northern Kentucky. We won the game, but they shoot a lot of threes. They run a lot of. They'll weave the basketball and they'll try to really hurt you from the perimeter. If you look at their statistics, they shoot it well from the three-point line. So we're going to have to guard that. I don't think we'll have our way in terms of our style, but it'll be good. Wesleyan will be a better opportunity for us in terms of fast breaking up and down. They play a very fast game.
You touched on Kyle separating himself. What is he doing on the court that you like?
He's just doing everything well offensively. He has to improve defensively, but offensively he's shooting the ball real well. He's much more aggressive. He's coming out of his shell, so to speak, very similar to the improvement that you saw years ago in Larry O'Bannon. Very almost like a carbon copy of those guys. They're so similar, it's scary. Fred, come on over here because I've been making a fool of myself.
Fred, sit over here.
Why don't you explain what's happening? I told them that the only negative we have going right now is we're sort of stuck in mud with Jared Swapshire, so why don't you describe the injury?
Basically, his injury is an avulsion fracture of the adductor longus tendon where it attaches to
Aren't you glad I brought him in?
Could you, is that in the front, where the...
Right, it's near the symphysis pubis, which is where the pelvic bone meets in the front, above the genitalia, and it's basically his groin tendon, and it avulses off the bone, so you have an avulsion injury to the bone as well as the tendon. And the tendon area is healing pretty well. The bone area is a little lagging behind. And as I mentioned, as we first mentioned to you guys, is that it would be 6+ weeks. That was a minimum of 6, and then after that, it's hard to predict because it is a bony injury and a tendinous injury and a lot of soft tissue damage that we just have to wait for it to heal.
For other people who've had this injury on this kind of level, what is the history of the injury in terms of recovery? It's really hard to put a thumb on a time frame, and that's the hard part. And that's what we and the doctors offered to coach early on was that it would be at least 6 weeks, and after that we really can't prognosticate when it would be.
It's been 8 now.
It's been 8, and he has gotten better. He's just not getting getting better as fast as we would like.
And it's going to take him a good month after he's ready to go to get him in the shape we're playing. That's the other negative to all of this. Our players right now are in such peak condition because you watched the way we played the other day. You have to be in great shape to play that style. And they are in great shape. So it would take him at least a month to get in this type of basketball shape.
So is it complete rest he has to do, Fred? Or?
Yes, sir.
He hasn't done a single thing.
Just modalities, bone stimulator, and rest.
Will it also be difficult to tell if he's, I mean, there's not a test you could do to see that he's 100% healthy, I mean, if he has to get out there and run, and then, is it,
Well, I mean, pain will be your guide, and basically when he's symptom-free, obviously we'll run him back through the battery of tests, which will include CTs, MRIs, and things like that to help the doctors properly gauge when it's appropriate to start, ramping him up.
But right now, there's no timetable as far as you
No,
guys.
sir. Unfortunately, no.
And can you explain it again? Is it just the muscle, coach, as it
It's-
starts turning away from the bone?
Right, and it's, a muscle is connected to a bone via a tendon. And that tendon, where it attaches to the pelvic bone, it actually came off the pelvic bone itself, and so there's a fracture site on the bone where the tendon pulled off. And then there's also the tendon injury, a bit coming.
So there's a fracture on the bone as well.
It's called an avulsion, yes.
Any other questions for Fred?
Could you look at my foot?
I told you he could do a lot better job than me.
without swap, how does that affect you? What do you lose by not having him on the court?
Well, we expected him to have a big junior-senior season. But with every disappointment, with every setback, there's a silver lining towards something else. For instance, Rock has really evolved into an outstanding basketball player. And maybe he wouldn't have gotten the minutes if Jared was helping. So with something that happens on the negative side, something positive evolves. So it's not the fact that he's out, it's the backup that we have to concern on, because Rock is more than capable of playing major minutes. It's if he gets in foul trouble, and that's where we're going to get Kyle ready to back him up.
You should sort of know where your offense is going to come from, like with T-Will and Earl, and last year Samara was kind of. Do you know, where do you think this offense will start? What do you think will be the sort of
Well,
foundation?
Preston is really playing good basketball. He could have a special season if he stays healthy, and we're doing a lot of things to make sure Preston stays healthy. Because he's not the most flexible person in the world in terms of his makeup, and we're keeping him, we're going to get him very light so he doesn't have back problems. And I think Preston could have a really special season. And I think he could be one of the better guards in the Big East. Now, he's not picked first, second, or third because he's coming off an injury real year, but right now as I look out there, and his attitude is such that he truly, the great thing about Preston is, now he may go out there and score 30 points, but he doesn't care about 1 point he scores. He cares about, as Bill Russell used to say, the only stat that's important to him is the final score. And that's truly, you don't get athletes today. He just cares. Louisville wins, he's happy. Louisville loses, he's upset. And that's a great guy to have on the team. And they all follow him. Every guy follows Preston.
It's an exhibition, but also the first game in the arena. What kind of atmosphere are you anticipating for the game?
Well, we played there the other night, so
Yeah.
I wouldn't know how to answer that.